Progressive Action Radio, the most objective show in America.
Yeah. Let's get 'em. I'm a winner. I dropped the top in the winter. I'm from the city of sinners and new beginnings. Pop the cork. Celebrate cause life is short. Getting money is our only resort. 9 to 5, 8 to 4, or 7 to 11. Where I'm from, they pray to hit lotto, no need for a reverend. Dice get thrown, rent money blown, re-up money spent. Now you got lent. I went to college just to challenge myself. Now I meditate just to balance myself. I got the right to remain, but I challenge myself. I don't need your war stories, cause I'm valid myself. Think fast, but move slowly. Keep that water holy. Y'all nothing but some actors. Angelina Jolie. Life a little different. Haters jealous of my rollie. They don't understand. It was many nights just ravioli. Game tighter than a corset. Went from street to corporate. I'm Jacob Lawrence with the portraits. They looking gorgeous. Progressive action flawless. Competition nauseous. We lawless. No holes in us. We not porous. We know this land, little man. No, we not tourists. We don't go for that bull. Nah, we not tourists. 400 years. Pain, blood, sweat, and some tears. Crabs in the barrel with some people careers. We live life to live life. Right. Grown men sacrifice. Meditate just to balance. Right. Sometimes you roll the dice. Right. Sometimes you pay the price. Right. Live life to live life. Right. Grown men sacrifice. Right. Sometimes you roll the dice. Right. Sometimes you pay the price. Yeah. Now they only talking slick when my back turned. 10 toes down on the ground, I'm that firm. Y'all can't relate, y'all shiver, y'all shake, y'all bend, y'all break, y'all yelling, y'all telling before y'all even get the intake. I don't get it. Why be hard when you could be cool? Why act like you know it all when you could be school? Why even carry gats? You not even a goon. You belong in the church with your family, commune. Good things come to those who wait. That's a lot of good things come to those who go get it before they die. Life is a hustle. Gifts don't fall about the sky. Money don't grow on trees. If so, then give me seeds. Please, we buy a house, then they give us deeds. But we don't own the land to sit on, man. We better read. When it comes to my son, he gon' be a better me. Working on his legacy, I gave him all the recipes. We live life to live life. Right. Grown men sacrifice. Right. Sometimes you roll the dice. Right. Sometimes you pay the price. Right. Live life to live life. Right. Grown men sacrifice. Right. Sometimes you roll the dice. Right. Sometimes you pay the price. Right.
That's new music. That's new music. Back at it, man. Back at it. So look, we're going to recap what happened at the MTA board meeting. We're going to play a little bit of that video. We're going to discuss that. So let's get into that right now. Let's play a few minutes of it. Oh, let me put while we doing that, let me put the poll. I always forget to do this. All right, you're going to see a poll pop up on the screen. Make sure you vote yes or no. But we're going to get into this video and we're going to discuss it. Be right back.
Good morning. My name is William Drummond, Vice Chair of Conductors, Member of Progressive Action in Local 100. Last night I got called. Conductor got spit in the mouth. Spit in the mouth. Everybody imagine a loved one of yours being spit in the mouth. And she's not the first one. 4 conductors this month. Our president spoke about it. Been spit on this month. 4 assaulted this month. And I love this town. And I love working. I love being a conductor. And most of our membership love their jobs and they're proud of the jobs. But this is out of hand. Use the same logic you just used with ATS. Had to stop all the concern that you're putting into this training, which is happening. Put it into your workforce. Imagine your family. Somebody's going to die. A conductor's going to die. A train operator's going to be killed. A station agent's going to be killed. A track worker. Somebody's going to be killed. And what are you waiting for? You got some smart people here. Get together and find out how to protect us. I'm a conductor. I open and close doors. I make service announcements. I make sure our commuters get safely to their destination, the terminal. What are your responsibilities? Y'all have expectations of me and my colleagues. Do you have expectations of yourself? What is your responsibility to us and our workforce? And I say to the advocate groups here, if we're not safe, you're not safe. Because we call the cops, we call the EMTs. So all this is great. This is a great city. I love this town. I love the MTA. It's amazing to me that this thing operates every day. And now it's just amazing to me. But you just talked about Facebook and Google and their workforce. You're nothing without your workforce. So start thinking about your workforce before someone's killed. And that blood's gonna be on your hands because I said it. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Tramel Thompson, followed by Alan Timothy Lynchford Stevens.
My name is Tramel Thompson. I'm a New York City train conductor. And I want to make it clear, this reorganization plan is nothing but smoke screen and mirrors, because no matter how you shuffle the deck, if you got the same players, you're going to get the same results, especially when you have Cuomo doing the dealing. Now, the MTA is nothing but nobody family business here, so you guys don't really care if somebody get laid off, lose their jobs. What happens? Y'all leave the MTA and go get bigger and better jobs. This is just a resume spot for you guys, a lot of you guys. And then you have Cuomo, he hires Ms. Paponi. She's a federal prosecutor who chased down El Chapo. There's no El Chapos in New York City Transit. What is she investigating here? People want signing in time clocks and all this other stuff? Who's watching Cuomo? She should be watching Cuomo. Now, what's crazy is you guys find it strange that workers is out here making a whole bunch of OT money. I find it strange that it takes that 10 skyscrapers could go up in 2 years before you guys could rehab a station. Yeah. What do y'all guys spend these money on these contractors for? Y'all wasting money on contractors, and then what makes it more sad is that y'all got workers who could do the same work here. But y'all rather pay contractors who signal to me that somebody getting paid under the table. Now, when MTA workers ask for raises, we being greedy. When we work overtime, we're stealing. I find that very strange, man. Like, we can't get a break. We do everything wrong, but nobody here do nothing wrong. And I'm gonna make it clear about Cuomo. I don't care how many state parks he opened. I don't care about the Shirley Chisholm State Park he opened up. He's an elitist, he's a bully, and he's an opportunist. He has thousands of women that look like Shirley Chisholm that work for New York City Transit, who he treats like trash.
That's right.
9 months pregnant, climbing up and down trains. Meanwhile, he got these advertisements in the train station. If you pregnant, call us. We work for you. Who we gonna call? Mr. Foye, one thing. Cuomo told you to
Please conclude your remarks, sir.
I want to know who's going to be tough with Cuomo. New York State, it's time for us to stand up as one.
Sir, please conclude your remarks. Thank you. The next speaker is Alan Timothy Lynchford Stevens, followed by Christopher Green. The next speaker is Seth Rosenberg, followed by H.P. Schroeder.
I know y'all seen the clip. We posted the clip yesterday, but that was from the MTA board meeting, and you know it's a lot of stuff that go on at the MTA board meeting. You know, we're gonna start having people come out just to observe, just to see what these elitists talk about, how they feel about our futures, our lives, because those people on the MTA board decide a lot for us, and we not involved like we should be, and we should get heavily involved moving forward. Now, if you're watching the show, I need you to share this to whatever group, share it to your main timeline, because this affects not only workers, it affects the commuters, it affects your family, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your aunt, whoever, you know. We are providing the information at Progressive Action, and we want to get it out there to show how the MTA is operating. So it's important, if you're watching right now, please share this live out to a group, to, like I say, your timeline. It's very important. And once again, since I got you guys' attention, I need you guys to go to perfidel.com, perfedel.com. You could get your Gentrify, my paycheck shirt. The shirt was very popular at the MTA board meeting. You could get the hat that's on the screen. So make sure you go to perfidel.com for your latest Progressive Action. Where? Now, the MTA board meeting, it was really packed. As you can see, you see on the screen right there, it was standing room only. It was very important that you know, this specific meeting was important because it was the voting of the reorganization plan. And as you can see, it was packed. I live for audiences like this. And it was a great turnout. After the speech, the media went crazy. For some reason, they went crazy over my El Chapo line. And this is from Jose Martinez. This is from Dan. I call him Rivoli. It's Rivoli. But they went crazy over the El Chapo line, and a lot of people. I wasn't lying about the El Chapo thing, and I'm gonna put it up there. This is actually from Cuomo website himself. You see it at the top. It says governor.newyork.gov. It actually says Carolyn Picconi began her career as a federal prosecutor in the Brooklyn U.S. Attorney's Office, where she headed the office's narcotics and money laundering program. There she devised the national strategy for charging the leaders of Mexico's most powerful cocaine cartels, including drug lord El Chapo. This is crazy. This is nothing but big stick management. Cuomo trying to use intimidation. I was dead serious when I said there's absolutely no drug lords in New York City Transit. Why? She's misusing her talents coming here, monitoring time clocks, allegations of employees stealing time, and things like that. Who really is investigating Cuomo? And I think that should be the main fight right there. Who's investigating the government themselves? I think it's kind of weird for them to put this woman here. Like, her resume is extraordinary. She what else she did? Let me fix this. What else she did? She led the international investigation that resulted in the conviction of over 30 leaders of Colombia's Norte Valle cartel on charges of murder, operating a continuing criminal enterprise, money laundering, and drug trafficking. Why is she in New York City Transit? And this is no offense to you, Ms. Picconi, but this is just very strange to me that you guys, that you would even take a job here. This is below your belt. Like, you should be in Venezuela somewhere, or Colombia somewhere, checking out drug lords, not in crew rooms and facilities, investigating workers. I find that very strange. Let me make sure that this stuff is going up. All right, there you go. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me see what's going on here. Shout out to my boy JR, Mr. Rodriguez, Lamont, Trevor. What's up, bro? Daniel, Richie Alexander. Thanks for the comments so far. We'll be displaying, some of this stuff on some of y'all comments on the screen. But she's misusing her talents. Coming to New York City Transit. She's a drug lord. She's a bounty hunter for drug lords. She shouldn't be here. She shouldn't be here. What else we have here? Yeah, so the MTA board, my boy Drummond, conductor vice chair, he said a powerful speech about, somebody's going to get killed eventually due to these assaults. And the MTA, they was at the board meeting talking about, we need to better security, cyber security, better this, better that. Nothing better for assaults. They 500 cops and that's it. And these cops is not even there to protect workers. They there to watch fare evasion, which is kind of crazy. So Chris was right. Somebody's going to get killed. Now, I found this. I like this picture right here. Some advocate group, they came with a cardboard cutout of Cuomo that says, "I'm the boss," and Cuomo is the boss of New York, of MTA, period. But he's making bad choices, and nobody's speaking out against the choices that he's making. And then when people do speak out, we look like the bad guys. But Cuomo is the boss. Cuomo, the MTA has faulted tremendously under Cuomo's leadership. This is not like his first year. This is about his 9th, 10th year. and he hasn't done really anything to protect workers, to make sure that the system is running the way it should be running. And he gets an F. I believe that Cuomo gets an F in his work as far as the MTA is concerned, and his work period. Tier 6, poor raises for state workers. He's doing a number on us, and he claims he's a Democrat. I truly believe that he's a Republican. And none of that, to tell you the truth, Republican, Democrat, none of that stuff really matter. We need our own working party, our own, someone who speaks for the workers themselves. Now, the reason for the meeting being so packed that day is because of this. The MTA board approves blueprint. Now they call it a blueprint. Reorganization plan to cut 2,700 jobs and save $500 million a year. This is kind of crazy. And I say that this is crazy because they want to cut jobs. Now, Alex Partners is the consultant firm who came up with this plan, and they wanted 2 years to eliminate 2,700 jobs. Cuomo said he wanted it done in 6 months. Whose jobs is going to be affected here? Now, you will expect management, they're going to be affected. But like I said last week on the show, and I'm going to say it again, I need to pull it up on my screen. I'm going to say it again. I need to make sure that I read it right from here. But they're going to cut our jobs too. And Utano, he was actually at the MTA board meeting, and he spoke on this a little bit. So I'm expecting layoffs to come hit us in some form or fashion. And that what I have on the screen right now actually says, well, that's regarding the contract. Let me switch this up. Let me put the other one up. What was in the plan, it says reduce subway car cleaning such as mopping and trash removal at the second terminal on subway lines, and reduce night staffing at select locations at the first terminal. Eliminate 91 positions for savings of $8.4 million annually. Now, I don't know of any administrative titles that's doing mopping and cleaning the subway terminals. That's definitely going to affect local 100 workers. So terminal car cleaners is going to be affected. They will be either laid off, or the positions won't be filled when people retire, get fired, or whatever, do attrition. That's called attrition. So I can imagine that some of our workforce is going to be laid off. The next part says close 8 full-time and 4 part-time auxiliary subway booths and reduce coverage at 7 auxiliary booths while maintaining at least 1 full-time booth in each station and or station complex. Eliminate 75 positions for savings of $7.1 million annually. That is another local 100 problem that they're going to have to answer, because our station agents going to be laid off again because it happened in 2010. Are they going to be fired? Is it going to be through attrition? What about the wayfinders? What's going to happen with the wayfinders? It's a lot to consider here. But it looks like layoffs and attrition is going to hit local 100 for the station agents. So now that's station agents and that's terminal car cleaners. Another thing it says here, it says extend shop maintenance cycles for certain buses and implement a midlife bus overhaul. Eliminate 27 positions for savings of $5.9 million annually. That is another local 100 position. And it looks like, again, will it be layoffs? Will it be attrition? We do know that they're eliminating positions. So, this administration have a fight on their hands, and I hope that they put up a very big fight, because it's here now. It's not even coming. It's here. And we also must remember that Janice is here too. So if members feel that they're not being protected by the union, they may just opt out of the union. And me personally, I don't see no real fights being put up by Local 100 regarding saving our jobs. Another bullet point of this is it says reduce manual subway track inspections from twice to once per week on approximately 1/3 of the subway system as part of a pilot program to increase video track inspections. Eliminate 53 positions for savings of $5.7 million. That is another local 100 position in which will be affected by this reorganization plan. Now, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 titles, 4 departments. There's 7 departments in Local 100. Out of 7 departments, more than half will be affected through this reorganization plan. Subway car cleaning, that's CTAs. Let me see. The subway booths, that's stations. Shop maintenance, that's maintain the titles and buses. And the subway track inspections is MOW. So that's four the subway car cleaning is CED, that's car equipment. But that's 4 departments being affected: car equipment, stations, MOW, and maintenance, bus maintenance. That's 4 departments. That's huge. That's huge. And I don't think that people are involved enough to really pay attention to know what's going on. And I don't think the union is doing enough to involve us, to educate us about how this reorganization plan may affect us. And that's over, we talking about close to 300 positions of people being laid off through the plan. Now, I'm quite sure this isn't their full plan. So that 300 may turn into 3,000. And like I said, I don't feel that Local 100 is doing, a good enough job protecting our work. Now, just the other day, last week, I went into Stillwell, and this picture was on the screen, of contractors. I don't know exactly what they was doing, but, they was doing something. And it was basically work that, that we could do. And I don't understand what's the the lack of fight of what's really going on here within Local 100. But the issue with the reorganization plan is workers will be laid off for sure, or through attrition. The spots will not be refilled. And it seems like the union administration know that these layoffs are coming, and the fight, our counter plan is not in effect for some strange reason. And I'm waiting to see what the plan is myself. Now, the public, you guys must pay attention. To all the public, please pay attention here. We talking about cleaners being laid off, which means that your commute will be more dirtier, more filthy, more unsafe. So for the public that hate us, that despise us, that ride the subway, you're going to be affected too. Who wants to ride in a dirty subway car with urine, bodily fluid, feces, all types of stuff in the subway car? And I'm telling you now, there's not enough cleaners in the system now in the terminals to efficiently clean these cars. So if you think that is dirty now, what do you think is going to happen later when this plan actually take effect? Them closing 8 full-time booths. Once again, station agents do more than give you Metro cards or give you directions. They provide security for you. So if they not there to watch you, an extra set of eyes and ears to deter crimes against, riders, then who's going to be there? A machine cannot report that you're being assaulted. So it affects you guys too. Extend shop maintenance cycles on these buses. That means that the buses will not be maintained properly, which means that when buses break down, that's longer waits for you at the bus stops, longer service for you at these bus stops. That's not good. That's not good for you. And they reducing, let me see something. They reducing the maintenance. The track inspections, which means that tracks could possibly be more unsafe than what they are now. Who want that? Who wants that? This affects you guys too. And I haven't seen the full plan. I have seen some of it. But from what I've seen, it's not a good thing for riders, and it's not a good thing for workers. So don't think that, oh, if you're an MTA hater, MTA worker hater, oh, it's only going to affect them, so it's going to make us better. It's going to save us tax money. The MTA will never save you guys tax money. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. You can forget about that. They will never, ever save you guys tax money. It is a myth. It is is not real. The fares will continue going up even if we get no raises. So you guys can forget about it. Stop thinking that just because they reducing, us or cutting us, that you guys are going to be saved. You're not. They still overspending on contractors. Millions upon millions of dollars is spent on contractors. And like I said at the MTA board meeting, 10 skyscrapers could go up faster in 10 years than they could take to rehab subway stations. If you look at what happened at the inline, on the inline regarding them fixing up them 4 or 5 stations or whatever it was, them stations still not fixed. They open, but they still not fixed, and it took almost 2 years for them to fix. And if you look at the work, it's not really no groundbreaking work where you could say, all right, I see where the 2 years went for them to fix this stuff. Now, moving along, Pat Foye and a lot of these MTA bosses, even when I communicate with them myself, it seems as if they don't know what's going on or how their own system is running. It seems like they too far up on the totem pole, to really know the functions and the policies and how their policies affect the workers. Now, let me put this on the screen. Also at the MTA board meeting, Pat Foye said that workers got too much time off. He actually said the average MTA employee works just 40 weeks a year. That's 12 weeks worth of vacation, sick time, holidays, etc. year after year. Do you get that? Now, once again, this seems like MTA brass is trying to pit the public against the workforce. And Pat Foye math is off. We don't get 12 weeks. Do not believe that. It's a lie. It's false. We do not get 12 weeks off a year. Maybe the bosses do. Maybe the people at 2 Broadway do. But let's do the math. Especially subway workers. And matter of fact, operational titles. Let me put it like that. Operational titles do not get 12 weeks off a year. Now, we get 10 holidays. We get 10 days in holidays. We get 12 sick days. We get 25 vacation days. That's if you're 15 plus years. Because we're going to use the most numbers that they can use. And we get 1 PLD, that's personal leave day a year. That's 9.6 weeks max. And when I say max, that's if a worker use all 10 holidays. That's if we use 12 sick days. That's if, well, we will use all our vacation. We forced to use our vacation. But that's the MTA like to brag. We move between 6 to 8 million people a day. That's 6 million different germs. That's not even counting the homeless population that we come in contact with. So on our jobs, we are more prone to get sick more often than people with other jobs because we are around more people. We interact with more people. So we are prone to use more sick days. But their MTA sick policy cause us to use more days than warranted. So in order for me to break a pattern, which they call a pattern, if you take 1 or 2 days off throughout the year, a rolling year at that, it's not even starting from January to December. It's a rolling year. So if I take 1-2 days off here and there, I may create a pattern for myself. So in order for me to get rid of that pattern, I have to take off 3 or more days the next time. So even though I may feel better after that 1 day, because we do get sick, we are humans, even if I do probably need a day or 2 off, I must be forced to take a 3rd or 4th day to break a pattern so I won't be punished and put on sick control. So that's an MTA policy that affects workers and cause us to take more days off and cause the overtime to go up. That's an MTA policy. Another policy that drives up overtime is the egregious discipline policy that the MTA have. If you go inside labor relations and you see how many members are sitting there waiting to be disciplined over frivolous charges too. Nobody got hurt. Nothing serious really. I would say 90% of the time, nothing really serious. The MTA overpunish us, and what happens? They take us out of service. We still getting paid, and somebody else is filling in our job. That policy and labor relations need to be blown up. Like, labor relations really need to go. And I'm not saying that, for very serious situations that we shouldn't be held accountable, but for every little, come on, you dropping a train operator, train going to emergency, controller slip. You hit an automatic. Like, these are not serious circumstances here. Nobody got hurt, no delays. You know what you hit, you know what happened, and they have people sitting out of service for that. So they discipline policy drives up overtime also. Not to mention their medical testing. This whole MAC thing, people with with diabetes, high blood pressure, on blood thinners. That drives up overtime also, because now you restrict these people to platform jobs or whatever the case may be, which they even the truth of the matter is workers should not be restricted for high blood system is safe. It has even spacing between trains through the signaling system. It have features on the train that if a train operator do become incapacitated, the train will go into emergency. There's no reason for them to restrict, specifically speaking, subway personnel because of high blood pressure, diabetes, and things like that. There's so much fail safes in the system that an accident cannot happen. It's almost impossible for an accident to happen, and they restrict us through this egregious medical testing. So they drive up their own overtime costs through their own policies. But what happens? They blame us all the time. All the time. And just like Seth Rosenberg, he said at the MTA board meeting, is that this system cannot run without overtime. We are forced to take the overtime sometime. I wish that sometime when I get off of work, I don't have to pull in the late clear and things like that, because we want to get home too. So the MTA,
Get the fuck out of here!
stop trying to blame all this stuff on the workers. You guys create, a lot of the things here, but y'all want to blame us. You guys need to revise your policies, especially your sick policies. I don't even understand why there's a sick control. It's not even like we get unlimited sick. We take off too many days, we get in trouble. You guys love, like I said at the MTA board meeting, we do everything wrong and you guys do nothing wrong. And at some point the union is going to have to put their foot down and say enough is enough. But if they keep coddling Cuomo, if they keep pandering to Cuomo, helping him campaign, not holding him accountable, we're going to be in serious trouble. Just like this picture say, like I had on earlier, it says that Cuomo's the boss. I'm the boss. They are 100% right in that. Cuomo is the boss. So until we hold the boss accountable, then nothing is going to get fixed here ever. Nothing is never going to get fixed here. And right now we are in the midst of a very serious contract battle, a contract fight, in which our livelihoods are literally on the line here. And something must be done. We must stand up as a union. We need that leadership to go out there and really advocate for us, advocate for our families, advocate for our loved ones, because we do this for them at the end of the day. We have people to take care of. Even if you're taking care of yourself, you know, there's someone out there that love you. And if something happens to you, you know, they're going to be affected. And people like to say, you know, money isn't the only thing. Money isn't everything, or whatever the case is. You know, healthcare, all that stuff is important. All that stuff, they right. Money ain't everything. It's the only thing, if you ask me. But seriously, healthcare cannot go up. We can't afford for our healthcare to go up. We can't afford any concessions, you know, moving forward. And I want to put this on the screen right here, just to give you guys some historical data on, you know, Roger Toussaint contracts and Samuelson contracts and whatever the case is. If you look on the screen behind me, let me move this way. If you look on the screen behind me, you see the raises that Toussaint got us, the raises that Samuelson have gotten us. So if you look right there, right? Let me see, it's right here. If you look right there, Toussaint gave himself a 20% increase. Samuelson gave himself a 95% increase in pay. If you look right there, Roger Toussaint got us a 28% increase with his contracts, and Samuelson got us 13% increase with his contracts. So everybody loved to bash, you know, Roger, you know, about the strike, but Roger actually did more for us than the presidents that y'all praise and don't hold accountable now. Not only that, you know, Roger, he saved about 14,000 members from Tier 6. He won 22,000 members pension refunds that most people, you know, didn't think that they was going to get. Let me see what else he gave us. Defined contribution health benefits back to defined guaranteed benefits. That was important. And out of the 8 local 100 presidents, only him and Quill was willing to go on strike. So that's important. Like, we have to be very mindful of who we out here supporting, who we out here holding accountable, and things like that. You know, but like I said, we in a contract fight of our life. The reorganization plan is here. 4 departments will be affected through this reorganization plan: MOW, stations, CED, and bus maintainers. All of them will be affected by this. Customers, you guys will be impacted. Don't think that you guys won't be impacted. You will be impacted. And right now, it don't seem like too many people are standing up for us. Just for an example, you know, this bothered me. With these police, you know, they getting water thrown on them. And now, you know, the police going crazy. They want to charge, and it's not even the police. I'm not even mad at them. But these politicians, you know, they going crazy. Oh, we need to do something about this. We need to fight. We need to hold these people accountable. This is uncalled for. A couple of months ago, a conductor got stabbed and almost killed. His attempted murderer got let free. No outrage from the public. No outrage from politicians. No outrage from none of them. This week alone, during the midst of these police officers getting water thrown on them, during the midst of that, four conductors got spit on. Spit landed in one of the conductors' mouth. No outcry from the media, no outcry from these politicians, nothing at all. A pregnant female platform controller, which is a conductor, was beat up on the platform, 8 months pregnant. No outcry from these politicians. No anything. We serve this city just as well as the NYPD do. We move this city. Without us, this city don't move. Without us, this city do not move. We do not garner the same respect as any other city agency. And it's not only police, it's fire department, sanitation, corrections. We do not garner that same respect. And what is it going to take for us to get that same respect? To show them that we are a movable force in New York City also. What is it going to take? I know what it's going to take. We all know what it's going to take. But are our leaders willing to do that? Are they? That's what it comes down to. Are they willing to do what it takes to get us what we really need? To get that respect, to garner that respect? If they do that, they got to go against Cuomo. Are they ready? Are they really ready to go against Cuomo? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But the MTA ain't gonna really pay attention. These politicians not really gonna pay attention until somebody die for defending themselves. Because I refuse to be a victim going to work, hardworking citizen, advocating for my brothers and sisters on the job. And not only for my brothers and sisters on the job, but for the commuters, the people in the communities. I refuse to be a victim. So what it's gonna take for a transit worker to defend themselves to the point of no return, and somebody really dies for us to get the respect that we deserve, or to look into these assaults? What is it really going to take? Is it going to take for every bus and train to stop moving for a couple of days, maybe a week, until we say enough is enough? What is it really going to take? You know, I'm fed up myself, you know, seeing this whole water. And if you watch the videos of these cops getting water thrown on them, it looked like they sanctioned it. It looked like this is what they like. Yo, throw the water on me. I don't mind. It's hot anyway. You know? And you looking at these minority, these black and brown police officers getting water thrown on them. They not upset because that was them at one time throwing water on strangers. So this is the higher ups in the police department not understanding what's going on. Like, you want to charge people for getting water thrown on them, but you don't want to charge people who throw urine on us for felonies. You don't go hard as tracking them down. You know, you guys didn't say anything. Where's the outcry for this guy who stabbed the conductor, my brother Denal Jenkins? Where's the outcry for that? You know, there's no outcry, and it's our fault because our union leadership do not hold anyone accountable. Only people they hold accountable is the members. When the members speak out against them, then that's when you will see everything come out. All types of union charges. We're not taking this and this and that. But when it comes to outsiders, they don't have the same strength for the outsiders. And I'm going to say this too. Progressive Action is here. We here to fight the fight. We are here for the membership. We sacrifice ourselves. And we're going to make sure that we're going to be heard. I don't care what anyone else say. We're going to make sure that we're going to be heard. And it's important that every single one of you guys who's watching, there's 50 people watching right now, it's very important that you guys share these videos. We have to get these videos out there. We must educate the public on our jobs. We must show them what we are dealing with. Because if you look at it, nobody really told the worker story, the transit worker story. Nobody telling our story. Right now, we have Progressive Action telling our story. We have a chance to get our story out to the masses, get our story out to the New York City, the riders, the public, everyone. We have the chance to do that, and we must take advantage of it. So when this broadcast go off, go on your homepage, start a watch party, take the link from this video and put it on your page. Put it in every group that you in. The same way how when we hear gossip, or we hear this person got traded to this team, or this happened on Love and Hip Hop, or this person got murdered and killed, this rapper, or this happened to this in Hollywood. Let's have that same energy for our own livelihoods. This is our thing. This is Progressive Action is the only platform telling our story. So let's get out there and let's spread our story to the masses. You know, I get messages on my phone all the time about this video, that video. Let's put progressive action in there and let's send it to all our friends. Let's make this go viral. Let's make our story go viral. It's about that time. And it takes no time for you to do that. Like I said, there's 40, 50 people watching. We need to go out there. We need to spread our story out there instead of all the stuff that don't mean anything to us. LeBron contract, who he's getting traded to, don't mean nothing for our livelihoods. It don't put money in our pocket. It don't tell people about our story. Let's get out there. Let's tell people our story. Let's keep it 100. Progressive action is here to stay, baby. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.